All right, we're back.
No,
We're back. We're back. We're back with another division. I know I had to say it like 4 or 5 times. Just let them know that we are in fact back.
well,
We're
I
back
was
with
I
the
was gonna say we can just start whenever and have the editor cut it, but now we're rolling
no,
now.
no, 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 no. We're back, back, back. You know what I'm saying? We're back. We're back with another. How many times do you think I could say back? Can we get a back counter on
I
that?
hope the editor puts in a counter
Yeah,
of you saying we're back, and I hope it's in the corner.
we're we're back with. I can't even say it now. We are here. Okay.
Again.
We are here again with another division predictions. What we've been doing. If you haven't seen the other ones, we already have 2 divisions done. We have done the AFC North. That was the first one. We just finished up the NFC East. If you watch the NFC East one, we were like, because we talked about a lot of the NFC West, even though that was not even the division we're supposed to be doing. And we're like, we have to get this out of the way. And we had to do this one for a couple of reasons. We kept talking about the 49ers. And then if you already look at the NFC West right here on the right on Garrett's little fancy little thingy over here, we already have 8 games for the Seahawks and the 49ers and the Rams and the Cardinals. So it's like, well, half the job's done.
It is important to note that the way we're doing this is I've left this page up from the first time we started doing this, and all the records are already the same. So if you've watched the first 2 videos, you'll notice that these some of the schedules on the sides are starting to gradually get bigger as these teams are playing other teams in other divisions. We're going to keep it the same, and I think what we should start doing with this division is starting to go through the games that are already pre-selected to make sure those are actually correct, and then if it edits, we edit. And then the big video at the end of this, after we do all the divisions, we're going to go over all of the divisions in a recap just to see how they changed.
Yeah, I'm with it. Oh, that's another counter for you. I'm with it. No, anyway, this one shouldn't probably take too long. We can talk about the teams a little bit, but half the schedule's already done. We already unless we're making some changes, but I don't think there's going to be too many changes. And
at least to some of these teams in this division.
And to be fair, we're actually going to get 6 more games done just because of the division games too. So I mean, it's going to be go pretty quick. So hopefully we'll get you in and out. But I think this is actually a very interesting division, to be fair. As you can see, we have 7-1 for the Seahawks and the 49ers, and the Rams and the Cardinals are already 0-8. So we got to give some more losses, I feel like, to the Seahawks and 49ers, and Garrett doesn't think we have to, but I think, the Rams and Cardinals deserve a few wins.
The way I'm viewing it as I'm not going into this with a preconceived idea of, San Francisco is a 12-5 team. I need to get them to 12-5. If the schedule shakes out where San Francisco goes 14-3, then they go 14-3. That's just how it is.
Well, on the flip side of that, the Rams are not going to go 0-17.
They're not, and we haven't given them an 0-17 yet. They're going to win games.
That's correct. I'm just saying they need to win games.
Right.
We're
saying
the
same
let's
thing.
go then. I don't know what we're waiting for.
All right, sounds good.
All right. The first 3 games we already kind of have. We have Washington winning week 1, Giants winning week 2, Cowboys winning week 3. They start 0-3, 0-4. Looking at the Cardinals and San Francisco game. San Francisco at home off a mini bye. That's pretty. 0-6. Oh, and hold on. 0-5. Oh, here we go. Rams and Cardinals. Well,
which one of these 2 teams are not as bad as the other one?
I think they split. I think they split the division series between them 2. And as they got to win 1, right? They go 0-5. I think they go 1-5. I think they get this. Maybe not.
I think so. One thing to note here too is that Kyler Murray doesn't expect to miss the entire year. He said recently that he is shooting for a week 1 return, which neither one of us believe. However, if it's not too far-fetched to think that Kyler Murray might be back by the middle of the season, we kind of have to take that into consideration only when they're playing the really garbage teams. So, like, if Kyler Murray's back for this game, I think Arizona wins. If Kyler Murray's not back, then I think Los Angeles wins.
I think on the safe side, we got to go the Rams here. And I think we give the flip side to the Cardinals in the other game. That's my thinking. And this is looking really bad because I think the Seahawks win this game too. And so they start out the season 0-9.
They start off
Which is
by this point, Kyler Murray's back, and
correct.
This team should be motivated enough to start winning some games. I think they might be able. They're going to win 2 out of 3 here. They're going to win against Atlanta, drop the game to Houston, and win at home against Los Angeles.
That's my exact thinking. I think that's completely fair. Me and you are both a little bit higher on the Texans than most.
In terms
not
of them
super
being
high.
able to cover.
Yeah.
They're going to be a very
tough
tough out this year. Yes.
I think they're going to be really competitive. 49ers, I just don't even think there's a shot in hell that the Cardinals pull one out against.
No. Even coming off of a bye. I don't think it's too far-fetched that by this point in the season, Arizona can beat Chicago. That's still a really bad team.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
I'm good with Cardinals here. Cardinals over Chicago. And then I think they drop the Seahawks.
Arizona will finish the year 3-14, which I don't think that's too far out of the realm of possibility. Especially
with the uncertainty of Kyler Murray's injury. It's just like a big gap. Like, hey, he could be back week 1. He might miss the entire season. He might come back in the middle of it. Like, there's no clear. He could say he's shooting for week 1, but if he's not ready to go week 1, he's not going to go.
And there's no reason for Arizona to push him out there.
Exactly. And the only thing Kyler Murray wants to push back is because if the Cardinals get the number 1 pick, they're picking Caleb Williams.
They would be stupid not to take Caleb Williams and trade Kyler for whatever they can get.
For sure. And I feel like they could get something out of it.
But on the flip side of that, just to play devil's advocate, Caleb Williams is the best college quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence has something to say about that, but
I think Caleb Williams, USC fan bias aside, he's in the running for it. It's him and Trevor. Then how about that? It's him and Trevor.
I'm cool with that. Trevor Lawrence deserves his love.
I would be curious to see what the market is for someone to trade up to 1 to get a generational guy like that. If the Cardinals front office has enough faith in Kyler.
And see, for me, the price to trade up to 1 is really deep.
Yes.
And
that's
you have
what
a better
saying.
chance of trading up to 2 and getting what you can in Drake May, I feel like.
But that's what I'm saying. The amount of draft capital you could get in return if someone were to pay it would make me consider it. Because I think Chicago has 2 firsts again this year. I might be wrong in that. If another team picks up, like Indianapolis by chance, if Indianapolis, for those who haven't seen the news today, Jonathan Taylor requested a trade. If the Colts somehow get a first for JT, they're going to have 2 firsts. Now, and they might not even moving up for a quarterback. They might be taking Fashanu from Penn State, Joe Alt from Notre Dame. They might be going to get a tackle instead.
They could.
The draft capital
crazy
you
that
could
someone
get
trades up for Marvin Harrison? Like, that dude's a stud. That dude is stupid good.
That would be crazy. I don't hate it. Marvin Harrison should go in the top 3.
Yeah. I feel like
should be top 5. He's a guaranteed top 5 pick. He could not play at all this year. He'd be a top 5 pick.
Oh yeah, and the people are just raving about him. Other rival schools, everybody, scouts. I mean, he does not have to play this year.
He's the best receiver in football, in college football. And you know what's crazy? I think the second best receiver in college football is his teammate. I think Ohio State is the 2 best receivers in college football this year.
Well, that's wide receiver U.
It is. There's no school that puts out the same amount of talent than. I mean, it used to be LSU. LSU had a mini run, and now it's Ohio State's turn.
For sure, I'm with it. Yeah, I think 3-14 is completely fair considering everything. Like the Cardinals do not have a lot of talent anymore. Kyler Murray's not playing, so you're putting your trust into. Was it Colt McCoy?
Exactly. They could play him, or they drafted Clayton Tune out of Tulane.
Oh well, Clayton Tune will go back. We gotta change the whole record if Clayton Tune's playing, bro.
No. You said who's starting, and I'm telling you who's starting.
I know, but if it's Clayton Tune, we gotta change. They get way more than 3 wins.
Oh my god, you're being so nasty for no reason.
No, I'm just saying. I did ask. I'm just saying that. Oh, Clayton Tune. That's why I'm not confident in the quarterback options.
No. This is a 3-win team for sure. No matter who's the quarterback. All right.
Wasn't being nasty. All right. Here we go. Rams. Loss.
Probably a loss, but I think it's not out of the realm that they could cover, but it's a loss. You don't think so?
It's 50. It's 50-50 for me. I don't know.
My thing is their first win of the year would have to come on the road, and I don't know that this team.
Crazier things have happened.
This is true.
They beat the Chiefs last year, didn't they?
Who?
Didn't the Colts beat the Chiefs last year, or they were very close?
And the Colts beat the Chiefs, but they were at home.
Well, they beat the Raiders, but that's not an accomplishment. So, we're gonna go Colts. We're gonna go Colts.
I think that's the right move here. But like I said, I think this could be a cover game.
That's a very close game.
Yeah.
These other ones are already kind of picked. I'm gonna go Rams over the Packers. I don't know. Because we've already picked a lot of their games for them, and they got to get some wins here.
But that's the issue, is that they don't. Like, this is how the schedule's shaking out.
I think the Rams aren't as bad as people make them out to be. Matt Stafford's injured all the time. He might be on the verge of, but they still got Cooper Kupp. They still got Cam Akers. They still have Aaron Donald. There's still great pieces on this team that they're going to squeak out just based off of talent. They're going to get some wins out of here. I feel more confident getting this game than the Colt game.
Yeah, but Green Bay ain't nothing to sneeze at either, though.
They got Jordan Love.
They also have Jair Alexander to go up against Cooper Kupp. They have a two-headed monster at running back.
They have Jordan Love. I'm going Rams. I'm going Rams here.
We're gonna come back to it then, because I'm pretty dead set on Packers, so we're gonna come back.
They have to win either week 4 or week 9.
I don't think that's the case.
I don't think they're a 1-win team.
This is what I was saying at the beginning.
I understand what you're saying, Garrett, but they're not a 1-win team. They're like,
to be fair, we've only done 13 of their games. That we still have 4 more to go. Like, they can get wins elsewhere.
Who are they beating the Seahawks?
But if their schedule shakes out this if their
49ers?
schedule shakes out this way, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm not putting them as a 1-win team. I will take the over on that. Are the Cardinals really 2 wins better than the Rams?
They have a better quarterback.
The Rams do, or the Cardinals?
The Cardinals do when healthy.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, he's not even fucking playing.
That's why I said when healthy.
You got to give him one of them.
So I guess my question is if you went into this with the preconceived notion that the Rams are a set amount of wins, then why are we doing these videos?
Because we're
going over the schedule.
No. I'm just saying that if there's going to be games that, like, we're talking about teams don't go winless all the time. Like,
these teams are really bad, though.
I don't think they're as bad as people make them out to be. They're not a good team. Don't get me wrong.
Can you name me, outside of the players that you named, can you name me 5 players on the Rams?
No, because I'm not a Rams fan. But to overlook
so you have to be a
Donald,
team's
Cam
fan.
Akers, that's crazy. We're gonna overlook all of that, and be like, well, who else do they have?
So those 4 players can get this team up to like 5 or 6 wins.
I didn't say
by
5 or
themselves.
6 wins. I'm fighting for them to get 2 wins, and you're like, no, not that.
I'm just curious.
I'm just telling you they're not a 5 or 6 win team. I'm just trying to say they deserve more wins than one.
So then the rest of the games.
I'm saying they could beat the Packers. They could beat the Colts.
The rest of the games on the schedule, let's just pencil them in for wins, no matter who they're playing, so they can be up to 5 or 6 wins.
I'm not saying they're a 5 or 6 win. I didn't know your ears did not work. I did not.
So
say
then
they're a
what
5 or
I'm
6
saying
win team.
is, if the schedule shakes out to where the Rams maybe finish with 3 wins, are they a 3-win team?
3 wins is fair for them. 1 is not. So you're telling me right now, with the dead face, they're a 1-16 team.
I mean,
because I feel like you're just trolling me for views right now. That's what you're doing.
We've gone through the schedule through 13 games, and they have 1. So then we've messed up somewhere.
Correct. They could beat the Packers. They could beat the Colts. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You could give them the Saints game. I think they could beat the Saints. Well, now you're getting crazy. I don't think they're a 4-win team.
Just going off of what you said, brother.
All I said was you have to either give them the Colts or the Packers. I think the Colts have a better chance of beating the Rams.
Okay, now that we're done with this, let's move on to the other teams. San Francisco's first alphabetically.
Fine. Sure.
I'm just saying this video is pointless if we're going off of how many we expect them to do versus how the schedule shakes out. It's pointless to do these.
I think you're looking at it too black and white.
There almost is no other way to view it, though.
They're not going to be 1-16, Garrett, and that's not crazy to say. I don't care. I can look at the schedule all day long. Everyone can look at a schedule. Everyone could do that, but it's not always going to work out that way, right? There's going to be improbable wins, but going 1-16, this Rams team is not going 1-16.
All right, moving on to San Francisco. First game is Week 7. They're on the road in Minnesota, one of the biggest fraud teams in NFL history last year.
Lose. No, I'm just kidding. Win.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we had to give San Francisco losses, though. So
I might.
Because they can't win 15 games, even though the schedule shakes out that way.
15? I said they couldn't go 17-0, and we already put a loss for them.
All right, Week 10.
Oh yeah, look at you, goofy ass.
Both teams coming off a bye.
'49ers.
Okay.
49ers. Big division game.
Short week for San Francisco.
Seattle. There, that's good. I'm living with that.
Do they split?
Yeah, they split.
Okay, they ended up with 15 wins, just like I said.
Did I argue with you?
Are they a 15-win team?
Well, they very much could be. That's why it's fucking 15-2, huh? That's how the schedule checked out. That's how they checked out, didn't it? That's how the
same logic is being applied here. But when I said the Rams, the way the schedule shakes out could be
a 1-16. Garrett, you can't look at it black and white. I'm using both. I'm looking at both. I'm looking at their schedule and I'm thinking, well, are they really a 1-16 team? And they're not. You have to look at both.
Okay, so then is San Francisco a 15-win team?
I just said yes. What is the problem?
But you phrased it as yes because that's the way the schedule shakes out. Did you or did you not just say that?
I did that. I did that because of you. Because you're like, "What? The schedule shakes out."
Oh, is that so? Is that so? Got it. Okay, sounds good. Sounds great.
Oh my god. Would you click on the Seahawks? Would you?
Is it? Uh-oh.
Yeah, look at you. Fumbling. I got you hot and bothered.
Okay.
How many games they have left? 4, 3? They only have 3 games.
They have 3 games left. On the road, mini bye for Detroit. I think it's losable.
I think that's tasty. I think it's a tasty Lions pick here.
I would also take the Lions.
I think that's tasty. We're gonna go with that. I think Seahawks get a bounce back. They get their get back. Seahawks and Titans. Let's see. Eagles. They go 49ers, Eagles. This is an interesting game. Because this is right in the middle of a pretty hard. Like they go 49ers. Cowboys could be a little bit of a I think that's a little bit of a decent game for them. They go 49ers again. They go Eagles.
I think this is a trap game. Not to say that Tennessee's any good this year, but they're coming off of a brutal stretch.
I think
they might be overlooking.
I think they can get caught here. I think they could.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Seattle's 13-4.
That's more than fair. That's more than fair for Seattle.
Undefeated at home.
Seattle has a good home base, though. They really do. They good. Cool. Well, man, we almost fisticuffs here. I don't know what your problem is.
It doesn't make sense, but it's all good.
So you're telling me
it doesn't have to.
You're telling me that division right there, that those record predictions do not make sense.
I'm glad we got to it at the end. The logic hurts my head, though.
Do they not make sense?
I just said.
I don't. This is the crazy part. Have I always had a method to my madness? Absolutely. Right? Do I get results either way? They're right there. Read them and weep.
All right, man.
Garrett, I think the problem is that you always think you're right.
That's it. It's the pot calling the kettle black. Oh my gosh!
I never said I was wrong. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I do think that's part of your problem.
Okay. I've never once said that I think the Rams are a 1-win team. What I'm saying is based on the schedule. I'm not going into this with the notion that this is the expected range they should be at. That's the way the schedule shakes out.
So you're confident in putting in 116 because that's how the schedule shaked out for you.
That's the conclusion I came to.
You're confident in that.
That is the conclusion I came to.
So you came in this with a predetermined conclusion.
No, I didn't actually. Because I
interesting.
Looked at how that's not interesting at all.
Interesting.
I looked at the schedule. You think you're so clever, but what you're saying makes no sense.
They only won one game.
It makes me laugh because what you're saying makes no sense, but you have the most confidence in yourself that you think you're right.
Absolutely.
That's what's hilarious.
Absolutely.
And you're sitting there and you're just like, I got him now. But you're not saying anything. You're not.
I don't know. You're kind of mad.
It just doesn't make any sense.
It makes perfect sense.
I'm glad to somebody it does, and as long as if that's somebody then that's all that matters, then I suppose.
So you don't disagree with this?
I did the Los Angeles schedule to appease you and move on because we could sit here and argue for another 20 minutes about it.
We can go back to it.
There's no sense.
Why?
Because if we look at the games,
got torn up that I said they should win at least the Colts or the Packers, and you were like, no, and then you threw a fit and you gave them both games. That's what happened.
But it's because they're a 3-4 win team because I already thought that going into the video. That's what it is.
No, I just thought they could win one of those games, like I just said.
They're 4-13.
Okay, well, you throw a tantrum, so
that's rich.
I'm just saying they could beat the Packers or the Colts, and then you were like, well, we'll just give them all 3 of these games.
That is rich.
That's what you did. Can't believe we're just recording us just arguing like a married couple. Really, this is just like that. This is like the credits, like the Marvel credits, and then like you know how there's always a scene at the end.
There's always an end scene. Yeah, we're in our end scene
the end
right
of
now.
the credit scene. It's just us arguing over something stupid, as one does.
If the editor doesn't make shorts out of the last 7 minutes of this of just you and I arguing, I'm gonna be disappointed.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what it is.
All right, wrap us up. Get us out of here.
I feel like this is a great prediction. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, man. I'm
glad
with it.
you agree. We're getting somewhere, Garrett.
I'm with it.
You can't even look me in the eyes when you say that.
I'm with it.
Some more. Anyway, for better or for worse, we got our NFC West predictions. We got there. Okay, I don't think this is a bad list. Garrett disagrees. I don't know why. But I mean, he's disagreeing with it. I feel like this is a great list. 15-2, 13-4, 4-13, 3-14. I think that's fine. That's perfect. Not perfect. I think it's great. I think it's good. Leaves room for just extra particulars, I guess. It's a good list. We're living with it right there. So now we have the AFC North done. We have the NFC East. We have the NFC West. Garrett, while we're on the topic of being just chaotic, man, we should just go to the AFC West after this. What do you think? Like, do you think you can handle that?
You know what? We're already feeling spicy. Let's just go ahead and do it. Next video coming to AFC West. Keep an eye out.
All right. I'm going to drive Garrett out. If I can get Garrett to like rage quit, even though he's running the StreamYard and it's just him like leaving the room and then we have a whole bunch of dead silence because I made him mad, I think we have accomplished our goal today. I think that's what the goal is. And it's not just record predictions, y'all. It's about getting reactions out of people. Even if the people are your coworkers, even if they're your best friends.
I was gonna say, I'm just a coworker. That's cool.
You're the DLC. No. Shout out to my cousin.
That's
TJ.
Absurd.
But that's what it's all about. You got to get reactions out of people. I feel like that's the heart and soul of Vendetta, right there. It's just getting reactions out of people. Make them feel alive. You know what I'm saying? Just right.
That's crazy.
I need that to be the
thumbnail.
Yes, thank you.
Editor, if you can also grab a screenshot of that for the thumbnail, that'd be great too. I'm just giving directions in the video. Thanks for listening.
I know. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyway, that's the NFC West. We're done with that. 3 divisions down, 5 more to go. 1 more big video going over the entire list. Maybe playoffs. Maybe. I don't know. Stay tuned. Come back and feel alive. Cut it out now. Cut it.